Hey Queens, welcome to my channel. I'm Bailey. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today will be my first update to my Pan That palette of 2022. Oh my gosh, I forgot what year it was. So yeah, if you're new here, please hit subscribe, hit that notification bell, and everyone hit that like button because it would help your girl out. Let's get started. So this project is more than just a Pan That palette. So I have a dedicated palette to the whole year, and then I also have a complementary palette that I'm pairing with it, and then I also have some single shades that I have picked out that I want to work on. They're all from most of them are from Jeffree Star palettes that I depotted, and I just want to continue to get use out of them so that I can just move them out of my collection and I can be happier with my collection. So let's start off with my palette. I am working on the Life is a Festival palette by Too Faced. Let's throw up what it did look like when I started this project, and now let's look at it now. So much has changed. First of all, to get the elephant out of the room, I just totally took this Unicorn Tears shade out because it's atrocious, and I might do the same to some other shades, but we'll get to that. From the top, we have Young and Free, which is this nice bubblegum pink shade. When I first entered it in, I think it had some disturbance in it, and it now has a pretty good dip. I used it a total of 3 times, and I think if I used it probably like 3 or 4 more times, I could hit pan on it. Then we have the shade Euphoric. This did not have any type of progress on it really. I think it may have had a small dip, but nothing to write home about. I used Euphoric a total of 28 times, and I hit pan on it today. The reason why I don't have more progress, because there would be more progress, but I like to use this as a blush topper, and I've been using it with this brush. I literally go dab dab and I put it on, and that's what it looks like. It's intense. So there's not a lot of targeted area that I was really going for, unless I was using it as an eyeshadow, which didn't happen often. Obviously I used it today in the center of my halo, and I really do enjoy this shade. I think it definitely looks better wet than dry. It's kind of too chalky when it's dry, but very beautiful nonetheless. Then we have Desert Vibes. This was a shade that I didn't have pan in anything. Let's just get that out of the way. And now I have a really good pan, and I've got side pan in there as well. I don't know if you can tell, but yes, I am doing really good on this shade. I used that shade a total of 28 times as well, and it looks well loved. I think within 3 or 4 months, it can be completely used up, and that's exactly what I want. The next shade, Rainbow, I used a total of 1 times. I used it today, and I hate it. I think I'm gonna take it out. Over here, I don't know, I accidentally got some in my eye, and it irritated my eye really bad, and I don't like this shade. It's not good. You can apply it, okay, dry, it does not do anything. It is patchy, it is terrible, gross. And then I applied it with my finger, and it was better, but it wasn't great. And then I tried it wet, and it became very chunky and just difficult to blend with, and was not very flattering. I mean, it looks fine, but I'm just not happy with the application process of using this shade. The same thing goes with Sunset. It's the exact same formula, just different shades. I use this 3 times, and it's pretty, but it's just that awful formula, and I think I'm gonna take both of these shades out. So yeah. And then we've got Fun in the Sun. I used this a total of 6 times. It was very easy to hit pan on this. It's a very, very, very soft formula. It just kind of crumbles in a way, So very, very easy to hit pan on that shade. Then beaming, I used a total of 19 times, and I've got really good pan on it. Now this shade, it is not that great. It is extremely chalky and just not the most flattering, but I can make it work and I can make it mostly beautiful, you know? It's just not the greatest, but I feel like after a couple months, I can definitely make it work, I can completely pan it and it'll just be gone. So I'm not gonna worry about like getting rid of this shade. I'm just gonna keep using it. If I do get extremely annoyed with it, I probably will get rid of it, but for now, I'm gonna keep it in the palette. Then we have the shade Fireflies. Sorry, it's the end of the day. I'm struggling to talk. I used this a total of 5 times. I've got a really nice dent in it. I think if I used it 1 or 2 more times, it will be panned. Well, you know, I'll hit pan. The next shade is Mystic Rain, which I used a total of 2 times. This is a very pretty shade. It's a duochrome, so it has a pink base with a blue shift. It's nice. It's pretty. And then we've got Fun to See, which is like this, it's like a satin purple, I guess you could say. I think it's supposed to be similar to these 2 shades, but it's not awful at all, and I can use it more as a matte than a shimmer, so I don't mind it. I've used Fun to See a total of 3 times, and I have a small like little dip, but it's nothing to write home about. The shade Artist Pass, I used 2 times. This is a really cool shade. I love pairing it with Fun to See. I think they just look so unique together. It provides a really, really, really cool look. So really, really loving this shade. The shade Dusk Till Dawn, I used 1 time and it looks like I didn't use it at all. I don't really feel comfortable wearing this blue shade at work. So, I don't know. I don't know how much use it's actually gonna get. I feel like after I get rid of some of these shades, after I've like, you know, either tossed them out or panned them, then I will be forced to use this more. So we'll see how it goes, but it is a beautiful shade. It's just a lot for me to wear to work. Okay, so that is my palette, and then I've got my complementary palette, which is my Pure X Raw Beauty Christie palette. This is the palette that has the neutral side, and then it has the rainbow side. I did not use the rainbow side. I thought I would. I didn't. It just is what it is. And then on the neutral side, I have made some progress. I had pan on this before I put it in, and I haven't used it. But I used this shade, Moon Point. Oh my gosh, I cannot get it together today. So Moon Point I used, I think once, and I paired it with that Fun to See purple shade. Stunning. It blends out that shade like a dream. I love those paired together. My Whole Heart, though, is where we see a lot of progress, which is this beige shade up here in the corner. I use this on my lid. I use this to blend stuff out. I have a lot of progress on it. It is extremely powdery, so when I dip my brush in, it just goes just like that. And yeah, that's why I have so much progress on it. So I think I'm going to keep this palette as a complementary palette because I don't know, I want to see how far I can give that shade before my 3rd update, and I might like refresh it then. Lastly is my singles. So I'm gonna make some changes. I can't take all of them out, but the main 3 I had were this brown shade from the Butter London Natural Goddess palette. And originally I just had a sliver of pan, but now I have hit side pan and have expanded. Wow, the stuttering is really coming out tonight. I've expanded that pan a lot. I used the brown shade a total of 21 times. And then I have this like tan shade, which is from the Jeffree Star Conspiracy palette with Shane Dawson. And originally I had pan along 3 sides of it. And now I just have this little sliver. If I were to like lean it any far forward, this would just fall out. It is not actually like in the pan anymore. Like I could easily just dump it out and be like, oh, I'm done with it. But no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use this all the way up. I love this shade. I think it's beautiful. I used this a total of 24 times. And then the last shade that I had in for this month was this black shade from the Jeffree Star Conspiracy palette. It looks kind of weird, but that's just because some fallout has gotten it and has... Slow down. Just slow down. Ugh. The only reason why it looks like it has another shade in there is because of fallout from other shades getting into it. I've expanded the pan quite a bit in this shade, and I've used it a total of 11 times. Now I want to add, I think I wanted to add 2 more shades. Let's see if, I don't think I can get it. Okay, I can't get it out. So that's okay. But I'm going to put this green one in. I don't know if you can see. I hope you can. If you can't, I'm going to just insert a picture, you know. But when I depotted the Jeffree Star Alien palette, a lot of the shades just crumbled and fell apart. And between this shade and the matte purple in that palette, they were absolutely destroyed. I used the matte purple once and it just fell apart completely and it was too messy, so I ended up just decluttering it. The green shade has a lot of product that's fallen out, so I feel like it's going to be somewhat easy to get use out of it. I'm only going to be able to really use it on the weekends when I'm not going to work, so it won't get a ton of use, but at least I'll have some focus on it. I wish I could move it, but oh, okay. I was able to move it. Okay. Did I break this other shade? No. Okay, cool. Cool. I just had a heart attack. Okay. I was able to get it out. So this is what it kind of looks like. So as you can see, a lot of product is gone. I also wanted to add a neutral shimmer in because the Too Faced Life as a Festival palette is a extremely like colorful palette, and that's great and all, but sometimes I just want something that's a little more neutral. And so I want to put in this shade from the Butter London Natural Goddess palette. This is more of a champagne shade, and I already have pan on it, but I feel like I can get a good amount of use on it. So I am going to put this in as well. All right, and that is my entire update for my Pan That palette for 2022. That's the first update. We're done. We're moving forward. A lot has happened, and hopefully I will continue to get a lot of great use out of all these products. So yeah, just hit subscribe, hit that notification bell, and everyone hit that like button because it would help your girl out. You guys have a good one now. Bye-bye.